Hello all, Jamie Rogers here for Craftmania today, giving you another little Christmas inspirational ideas video. I don't know if you've been watching these throughout the last part of November, but literally every day we've been uploading videos for you to give you a few ideas of what you could be creating with some of the Christmas items you're going to find on our website. If you haven't visited the website already, it's www.craftmaniacrafts.com, and all of the bits that we're looking at in these little videos are all in one section for you, or pretty much most of them are. And to make it even better, lots of them are on special offer as well. Just head to the bar across the top of the page where it's got all the drop down menus, and you'll find one that says as seen on TV. If you give that a click, it will drop down and you want the page that says November-YouTube-last minute Christmas ideas. And as I say, lots of bits are in there, and lots of them have special offers as well. Now, there's only 2 of the videos like this throughout the November little library that we've created, where I don't actually know what we're going to make. Everything else I've pretty much held up a card and said this is what we're going to do. For this one and one other video that you may see or maybe come in, which actually turned out like this card here, this is the one we did, I have no idea what we're going to do. I just have lots of bits in a kit from a show that I did probably 2 years ago, and I have no idea how it's going to go together. So we're going to be a bit rogue here, but I've got an idea. So I've sort of done a bit of a dry run, so don't panic, it isn't all going completely off the rails, hopefully. But what we're going to do to begin with is we're going to bring in our circle. Now this has been created with one of our noble dies. This is the double stitch circle die. And what I wanted to show you very easily is how we could actually put these together. Although they're holly border elements, we can bring these together and actually make a circle into a bit of a square, which I know sounds a bit weird, but we're going to take some Cosmic Shimmer Glue and we're going to just dot this on the reverse here and lay down our elements so that we make up our sort of frame. We're then going to do exactly the same on the opposite side. So we're going to once again just hook just the middle bit through here, and we're going to do the same again. And I'm going to rush this so that I don't keep you waiting forever. But if you're at home, take a bit more time and try and get it level and check that you're matching up with your opposite side a bit more than I am, to be fair. And then we're going to do a bit of glue this side. And we're not worried about how this looks on the reverse, because it's not the reverse that anyone is going to see. It is, of course, the front. So all of this excess bit, all of this overlappage can all be trimmed off in a minute. I'm not worried about any of that. We're going to do exactly the same again to this side and lay that part on. Once this is dry, we would just trim around it with a pair of scissors. And all that will come away a little bit, so we can go back and add a bit more glue. Go down, there we are. We're going to add that bit on. Oh, we've got a bit, oh, I knew this wouldn't go as well as I thought. But we're okay, that's on there. And we can do exactly the same for this side again. We'll just add a bit more glue. And then we're going to bring in our final piece. This is true speed crafting, this is. And we're going to do exactly the same on the top one there. So we're going to lay that down, hook in just that front bit through. And we're going to hold that. And you can see it makes up quite an easy square actually, which could quite nicely lend itself to some different techniques. This holly border is also really nice because it will join up. So if you want to do longer panels, so if you're doing scrapbook pages, or you want to wrap it around a candle maybe, obviously don't set fire to your candle. If you wrap paper around it, that's not going to end well. But for decorations, you could do them, or possibly around the end of your crackers and bits like that. So really play about with that. Now when we turn this over, we can see that that comes through nicely on the front here. We can literally let that glue dry around the sides, trim off that waste bit, because we don't need any of these bits on the corner, unless you want to dress them up a bit neater than I have and keep them. But personally, I would just trim them away. Now, on the back of this die, something that's quite nice that comes with this is we get these little holly pieces. And if you want to, we'll just do it on one of these, because you're going to get the idea pretty quickly. We can put a bit of glue and we can pad our die cut through that. You could do this before you added them in place actually. Might make it slightly easier for you too. And then we can take that and pop that on the reverse. And then we will have our green elements coming through on our holly. And of course you can do that to all of the holly. They can have little, I don't think I've got any cut actually here, but where we've got the ends, there is just literally like a piece of just 2 pieces of holly, which will cover your corners, and you've got a die to make the 3 pieces to go in the centres. We then also have a die which does our little berries for us as well. So if we wish to go in and add some red berries to the top here, if you don't want to use gems, you can just cut some out of red card and pop them on the top and really decorate them up as much as you want to. You could also add in glitter and bits if you wish to, or you could possibly cut your holly out of self-adhesive sheets and pop them under there and sprinkle glitter through the holes instead if you wanted something even more effective. But here is one that I already had in my kit which I've trimmed. So here's where we've cut off around the side here and just been left with that really nice holly element coming into the centre, which I actually think is really pretty. Talking of candles, I could see that as a base and then having a candle, a pillar candle, standing in the middle. You could even varnish it if you wanted to and do different effects like that. So, you know, home decor, Christmas decorations, this is a really nice way to take your circle dies you may already have and just that holly die and really dress it up even further. Now, I've already got a piece of acetate cut, and there's going to be a reason we're going to use our acetate, so I'm going to put that onto the back of this. So a bit of Cosmic Shimmer glue, again, all the way around the edge. I'm going to pop this to one side while it dries. You can even pop a bit on the holly if you want to, or if you prefer, you could 3D the holly by sort of folding it in half, whatever you wish. I've cut my circle out of the same double-stitched Noble die so that it fits perfectly on top of there. And it just means we now have a solid platform to work on, which is going to be handy. Now, for my plate that I'm going to put under this, I've already gone ahead and I've cut out a self-adhesive sheet, again with the same die, and I've covered it all in Glitter Bits glitter. So this is the golden sand colouring, and I've literally just sprinkled that all over the top of it so that it's nice and covered. And then we're going to take off these, which are our little foam pad lids. And I'm not going to do all of these actually because it's going to be really boring to watch. It's possibly a bit of overkill. So, but if you was at home, do quite a few. If you wanted to, you could also cut some foam tape down into a line and pop that round it if you prefer. But little foam pads can be quite nice. And if you are going to do this, I would actually stick my foam pads on before I sprinkled my glitter on, because you'll find your foam pads stick a lot better to the self-adhesive sheet than they will onto the glitter. You might find they fall off a bit. We're then going to take our die, that lovely ring that we did, and we're going to pop that on top. So now all we have is that really lovely glitter showing from underneath. And again, we've got an area here where we can glue more items to it. So I'm going to take the Thinking of You at Christmas die cut, which is one of Sue Wilson's mini expressions, and we of course have these in stock. And I'm just going to glue them together so it's slightly offset. So you've got what they call a drop shadow. So we have the white sneaking out from behind the red one, and I've got one of them I've already done. That takes me a while, if I'm honest, because I'm never very good at lining these things up. So I tend to cheat and do these in advance. And then we're going to pop that through with some glue. And then I'm going to make the decision at this point that I don't want this to be too square. So I'm going to twist it and we're going to put our wording in the middle so that our sort of items coming into it diagonally, our holly comes into it diagonally. And we're going to pop that down and we're going to leave that to one side just for a minute while we go off and do the next bit. So the layers to our card, really simply here, I've got a gold layer, a green layer and a red layer. The green and the red are both felt mark colour cards, and they're going to match in perfectly with the red of the Thinking of You, the berries, and the green for the holly leaves, and of course the bit that we've done on our circle as well. Now on the top of here, I'm going to bring in one of our sheets that I've embossed using our Snowfall embossing folder, which has just been done on some white cardstock. Now I thought before we put it onto here, it might be nice if we dress this up slightly further. So I'm going to bring in some, where have we hid it? We're going to use some Frosty Sparkle Glitter Kiss. Now I've been using this on a lot of our videos, and it's just a really lovely glitter suspended in a clear acrylic. It comes in its own little glass jar, and in the lid you have your own little applicator, and we can literally just brush this over the top, and it's going to give us a nice full-on sparkle, and it's going to match in nicely with the glitter that's behind that circle. So I'm really getting to the end of this chart. I've used this so much for these videos. I absolutely love this product. You can also hook it out and use it with a paintbrush and a bit of water and paint items as well. So maybe if you wanted to add some colouring to flowers, whether they be Christmas or not, it doesn't really matter. Or if you wanted to stamp some images and just add some little glittery areas to them, that can be a really nice way to do it. And the glitter isn't too full on, it's very soft, so it's not sharp, you're not going to feel it, but it's going to give you a nice coverage over your folder. It dries quite quickly as well, and I'm not heading for a full-on glittery sheet. I want the white to come through. If you did want a more full effect, you can swipe across your card let that one dry, twist it, swipe again, let that dry, twist it, swipe again. By about the 5th twist, you'll find that your card has become a full-on colour. Now I'm using the Frosty Sparkle one. I don't know if I've got any others here, but these come in about 24 colours if I remember rightly. I really like the golds, the silvers, the coppers. There's some really lovely shades in this. So if you've done your Christmas cards, no reason why we couldn't be looking to stock up on the lilacs and bits like that as well. So we'll pop our piece of paper just out of the way for a second and we'll bring in our card blank. So I'm going to use my Cosmic Shimmer glue once again. We're going to pop that round the back here. I love this glue because it's strong and it dries clear. So even if I do make the odd bodge up, which often happens, it doesn't make too much difference. We're going to pop that down in the centre. And we're just, well, we say the centre, we always hope it's the centre, there's no full-on guarantee. And then we're going to bring in our panel from earlier. So this is the one that we've done all that glittery to, and our double noble circles and holly bits. And we're going to go for a 10th fold this time, so check that we're the right way up. And we're going to pop that down in the middle. And then we're going to go on to looking at some more additions to this. So I've got these amazing leaves that I absolutely love. These are the evergreen leaves. We're just going to bring in a piece of paper again because I want to show you how we could colour these nicely. So I've been using these on a few of our videos. You're going to see them on the video for this card. We've gone over them with the snow and ice luster polish. This time we're going to go off a bit rogue. We're going to go for some gold because I want to try and tie in the gold from the background here, because I've got gold in my mirror card, I've got gold in the background, but really I'd like something a bit gold and a bit shimmery on the top as well to try and tie my colour in. I often reference this, but I like to see my shades in 3 different places. So hence we're going to add a bit of gold to these. So we're going to use our glistening gold luster polish. Now obviously we just looked at our lovely glitter kiss. Glitter kiss is like a proper glitter. These ones are our luster ones, are more like shards of mica put into a coloured paste, which is just really fun to work with because it's not as full on glitter as glitter is, but the shards will still dance in the light. They're still going to give you that little point of difference. So again, we're going to use the applicator that comes in the roof of the jar. We're going to take off the excess and we're just going to dab these over the die cut. As you can see in the background, it has a really nice golden shimmer to it, but because we're using it on top of our khaki green card, it's going to give you quite a silvery tonage from their mica flakes with a little sort of antique goldy effect to them. And you can put on as much as you want to, but I don't want it to be too heavy. I just want it to give a little hint of that gold, a nice antique-y effect. So we're going to pop that out of the way and we're going to bring in our glue again. I'm going to do a big dab on the top of my hand here. Now you could use a matte or a cutting mat or a tile or whatever else you wish to work with if you don't like putting glue on your hand. I'm going to bring in our evergreen branches, evergreen, what's that? Evergreen branches, which is one of the Sue Wilson dies. I absolutely love this. I think this is perfect for all year round, not only Christmas. You get a left and a right in the large and the small design of the leaves, and I just think they build up so pretty. I actually made a Christmas tree with these a couple of years back when this die came out, and literally layered millions of them around a cone to make a 3D tree that stood probably about 20 inches high. So there's no reason you can't build more 3D projects with these if you want to. But for this, we're just going to go for a bit of decoration on top of our sort of bauble design. I'm just going to bring a few of these in. I don't want it to be too heavy. Now the nice bit is because we've got the 2 different sizes, there's nothing stopping you just breaking them down if you don't want to use all of it. So I don't want the top to look too empty. So we're just going to bring in a couple of the little bits and add them in there. So we're going to just take these off. You could of course cut them with scissors if you want to, but we're going to bring them in and pop them up there. And then lastly, we're going to bring on our poinsettia. So this is all going a bit rogue, don't forget. So we're not really following too much of a plan, but we are going to use our triple layer poinsettia die. So we have 3 different sizes to this one. It also actually comes, so this is your smallest one. There is actually a medium and a large one, and they all come together in one set, and each one of them has 3 different styles. So we've got your solid backing plate, we've then got your first open work one, and then your largest open work one. And all I would do is just round each one of them and layer them together like I have done here. And then the little part in the middle, these also come in with them. And I've cut my one out of self-adhesive cardigan. So I've taken a self-adhesive sheet, I've popped it onto a piece of card, I've die cut the circle out, and then I've dipped it in the glitter. And we're going to bring that in and we're going to pop that at the top. Again, bringing that gold back to the front, bringing that red back to the front. And we're just going to give that a bit of a fold, and then we'll stick that down. Now, I'd possibly add in maybe some glitter elements in some red, or we could possibly use something like twinkles if we wanted to, and again bring in another gold. So we could go and highlight these and just put a little blob in the middle of each of our berries. This will go on slightly cloudy and will dry more glittery than it looks when it goes on, but it's a really nice glitter to work with. So we could bring this in and add them on there. Twinkles is another one of our products that we have loads of different colours of on the website. So do check that out. There's lots of offers on those as well. But you could add something like that. We could also add some pearls in the corners if we wanted to. But I'm quite happy with that. I think that's quite an easy card for you to recreate. And one I could do in many different colours throughout the Christmas period. If I wanted to, dressing it up for modern Christmas, traditional Christmas, monochrome Christmas, whatever you wanted. But I really like the way you've got that sparkle coming through in the background, all the way through, even up to the leaves, using them lovely luster polishes. So this really is a mix of your glitter bits, your glitter kiss, and your luster polishes, twinkles as well, and a few different dyes to sort of bring this effect together and to make our 10th file Christmas card. Now hopefully this is a video that you've enjoyed, and if there is anything that you would like to purchase from it, you can find it on our website, as I mentioned earlier, www.craftmaniacrafts.com, and you're going to head on there, find the As Seen on TV tab, click on that, and it'll bring down your menu, which you'll be able to find the November-YouTube-last minute Christmas ideas folder or page, and then pretty much everything that we've been looking at on this video will be in there, and lots of them are on offer. You can either order on the website, or you can give us a ring, 01493 843 666, and Daphne will be there to take your orders for you. Our P&P is really easy. If you live in the UK and you spend over £5, your P&P is completely free. If you live internationally, we send an awful lot of products to America, Australia, New Zealand, and several parts of Europe. Your P&P is just capped at £10. It will not cost you more than £10. If it does cost more than £10 here at Craftmania, we will actually pay that for you. If it costs less than £10, we will actually refund the difference for you. Usually, in complete honesty, the average parcel costs about £24 and takes about 2 weeks to reach you. But as I mentioned, you'll pay £10, we will actually pay the rest of it, so you won't pay a penny over £10. Lastly, during November, for every £10 you spend on the website, or if you spend £10 or more, I should say, if you spend £10 or more, you'll receive a free die. It'll pop up and show you which one is on offer at the moment on the homepage to the website. It's also actually on the homepage on its own as well. If you wish to see it, if you've clicked away to get rid of the offer and wish to have another look at it, you will find it on the homepage as well. And the designs are changing all the time, because to be honest with you, we got in a certain amount at the beginning of November and thought, well, this will get us all the way through November, and they just disappeared in a second. And I think we're now on about version 4 or 5 of them, because they're going so quickly, because you're all ordering so much, which we truly appreciate, so thank you. If you have already collected the previous designs, then you are allowed to spend another £10 and receive the current design. If you've already received the current design, we won't send you another one. It is limited to 1 per household. But if you haven't, as I say, if you have already received an old design, so maybe like the sleighs or the cakes, ones like that, and you haven't got the current design, you're more than welcome to spend £10 and receive that one in your order. You don't have to put any codes or coupons or messages or anything like that. If you're eligible to receive the die and we have them still left in stock, we will add it into your parcel completely free of charge. But do pop on and read the little blurb all about it. It'll tell you a lot better than I do, because I just waffle. But it'll tell you all about it, so you know what it is and how you're going to get it. Don't forget that there are lots of videos on our YouTube channel throughout. Literally, the sort of last 2 weeks of November, we've been chock-in you full of these little inspirational videos, and we also have some more coming in December, but we'll tell you more about that on the 30th of November on our very last video. So thank you very much for watching this one, and do look out for more videos coming your way soon. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.